Hello everyone, I'm Terry. You're watching Crafty Clefty, and I decorated these cookie tins. Okay, so if you want to know how I did it, if you like to decorate yours, then stay tuned and watch the video. It's coming right up. Now for this project, we're going to use cookie tin. Make sure it's empty. And take file or sandpaper and just rough it up along the edges, because that will help with the grip. With it being so smooth, you're going to need a grip. So, when I get done with this, we are going to put a thin layer of glue all over here, from here to here. I'll just let that dry. And I got paper, and I'm going to need another sheet because I've got 3 of these to do, but I'm thinking one sheet should do the whole thing. And you're going to need a cutter. Now if you're good with scissors, go ahead and use scissors, but if not, then these things work well. And this is your guide for your cutting. Make sure you're lined up with the screw, and these you can cut with. And then we just glue it on. I'll show you how we do that, and I'll be with you in just a minute. Now if you still have this plastic on the edge that was keeping it closed, just pull that off and make sure it's all the way off, and then just sand it to make it smooth. Okay? Now, this is all roughed up. Now we take the paper we're going to use, turn it to the blank side, and right where this is starting to come up, kind of bend, and right down to here, that is where you're going to measure. So you take your this on top here, and okay, gotta make sure this is bigger. And so I'm going to mark it in here and mark it. And I gotta do the same thing on the other side. That way we have the even lengths. And I'll probably need extra, because this is not going to go around the whole thing. And this, yeah, I'm going to need 2. So I'm going to measure this, then measure a second one, and then I'll show you how we cut. I have mine measured out, only one. So I'm going to pick this up, slide this under, and we're going to mark it right at that line I showed you. Let me get this. Okay, right there. And at this, you will hold on to this tight and then cut. Hold on tight and cut. Now, if you're a little bit off, then it's better to be a little bigger off. Now, see how that fits? And I've got to make another one. I'm going to do that for all three of these. I have all three of these all roughed up on the sides. But before we put this on, I'm going to put a thin layer of glue all over here where I'm going to put the paper. And I am just going to let that dry. I'm going to do that with all three of them. So I'm going to turn it back on shortly. Now when you cut, it does matter which way you cut. Because you cut the long way, and then I have to cut another long way for it to barely fit around here. Now, I almost cut it the short way. You can see my mark there. And that would have made it too short. So make sure you know what side you're cutting. Yeah, I've got my lid, because we're going to do the top. And I'm going to put it down like this, open. And then I'm going to put my paper down with the white side up. And let's see, do this more closer to the edge. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go on the edge and make a little crease here. Take my pencil and just draw around that edge. And so I kind of scrunched it. And that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll cut it out. Now this does do a good job. You can see how that cut. And I will get back with you in a minute. Now what I did was I created this rough surface. I don't know if you can see the roughness or the little bit of glue I put on. But I'm going to start I got three of these. This color, and this. So I'm going to put one on. Now, most of these little cans have a indentation, probably packing or whatever. But we're going to put, because of the indentation, we're not going to put the edge on it. We're going to make it all the way around like this. And that way we will have the grip. And I'm going to use stronger glue to put on there. Always wear your gloves. And now, if your piece is just a little bit long, you can kind of shave it to get the second piece to fit snug. And for right now, I'm going to use regular glue, then top it off with this Fix-All adhesive super glue. And just on top, bottom, and then on the sides, with the super glue. But the rest of it will be the school glue. So I'm going to be doing that, and I will show you what it looks like when I get done. I got the sides on, and the edges have been reinforced with that super glue. And now what I'm going to do is, because this is not perfectly even, I gotta get my son's protractor, or whatever it's called, and make a nice circle around. That way I can cut out the rest. And so I gotta wait on that. I'm gonna wait on the rest of it. This has to dry, and I need to clean the top of this. And put the lid back on. Let's see. Oh, wrong way. Okay, now we are going to, I'm going to finish up with the other ones, and then I will worry about the tops. I've got all this. These all cut out. I've got this one already glued down to the top. And what I'm going to do next is I have this gold. And you can get these at any craft store. And I've been cutting them down in twos. So, now this won't bend, so just, let's see, can you see it? Just cut each two out. So, we have, can't see it, you can't see it, but anyway, now you can. I'm going to go around the edge with glue. I'm going to continue to cut, and I am going to place these all around the edge. And I'm putting a fair amount of glue on. Now make sure you got the right side up, and I'm just putting it on the edge. You can see that. And I'm going to continue all the way down. Well, if I can get it to stick on. See that? For a minute. There's that. You can see the gold around there. Yeah. Okay, I am going to finish this up. I'm going to finish these up, and then I'm going to show you what they all look like. Well done. And see how these all turned out. And you can do yours differently. And you go to Crafty Cluffy on Facebook and post what you do. Okay, well, I'm going to do something about that. That's glue that came through. But that's it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back next week with something. I'll see you later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.